Hello everybody, I hope that you're well. I am Arkayla. I'm a channel, an alchemist and a shamanic healer, and every single week I do energetic readings to give you guidance for the week ahead. This week I am going to be offering 3 readings, so please choose a number between 1 and 3, whichever number feels right for you, and then you can go to the timestamps below this video in the copy and you can jump directly to your chosen number. And I will see you there. So if you chose number 1, love is what's coming through for you in a very, very big way. And this is love on many different levels. So one way in particular that's very obvious that's coming through is this really powerful invitation to connect with your heart center. It feels as though there's a real tenderness in your field at this time, and it's calling you into greater attention and awareness with your heart energy, your heart portal. And it feels as if your heart is actually ready for a new level of expansion. And heart expansion is always the most powerful experience we can have, because our heart is really the center of everything and it holds so much emotion. And so if you've been feeling really emotional, if you've been feeling to withdraw, especially just after this new moon, please give yourself lots of space and patience around this, because what you're feeling is really driven by your heart. There is such a big invitation here for great change, actually, in terms of how you relate emotionally to yourself, and giving yourself a lot more kindness, a lot more support. In fact, what I feel really what's being invited is much greater awareness of how you truly feel about things. It seems as though there may have been a level of dismissiveness that you have been using towards yourself and your emotions. And this is something that you learned in your childhood. Perhaps the people around you were very dismissive of their own emotions. And this in particular is strongly coming up for you at the moment, which is why you're feeling such a strong desire to go in, because your soul self is really wanting to call you into greater attention, greater awareness of your tender heart, and to acknowledge this really big part of who you are, and to qualify it in a way, to validate it, to give you permission to be a softer, more heart-led person. And this process brings up a lot of vulnerability for us, because the reason we've often created this quite strong persona that is not so emotional, that is strong and active and powerful, is often because we, on a level, do not feel safe in holding our gentleness, our vulnerability. We feel exposed and vulnerable. And so this shift is really coming into your field this week, this invitation to withdraw, to go within, to sit with your tenderest parts, with the mindset of opening yourself up to the invitation to sit with these parts of you, these more gentle, emotional, tender parts of you, and give yourself much greater attention, support, and care. So really date yourself almost this week, like really explore what's coming up, prioritize moments alone, and creating experiences that allow you to indulge. Because I feel for some of you, this is what this might feel like, indulging in time with you. And this could be time to journal. It could be time to just sit and listen to music. It could be going for a walk in nature. But I would encourage you to do something that isn't too preoccupied. Don't cook anything, or, don't be active. Yes, going for a walk, but it's not like you're playing a sport, it's just giving yourself space and time to be with yourself and contemplate how you're feeling. Because what's coming up on a feeling level is really powerful and really going to enable you, if you sit with it and listen to it and acknowledge it, to make great, powerful changes on a heart level, which is one of the most powerful manifesting portals you have. In fact, the most powerful manifesting portal you have. So I feel this is very important, particularly for those seeking relationship, whether that is with a partner or friendships, because our interactions with others are very reflective of our relationship with ourselves. So this heart invitation that's really coming up is a powerful opportunity to transform your life experience with relationships. I hope that this is helpful. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you again soon. If you chose number 2, the word playfulness is very, very strong for you. And this was actually the exact same message, I believe, for number 2 last week. And I don't know if you have a pack of oracle cards, but if you've ever had the experience of choosing the same card every single day for a period of days, it feels like this is kind of what's happening here. If you didn't create the space and time for playfulness last week and you chose this number, well, the message is still true for you. Playfulness is really, really important for you at this time. And again, it's coming in because it wants to support your ability to create. There is a really powerful incoming invitation coming in later this year that is going to be all about what you're creating. And I feel as though this time right now is paving the way for that. And so playfulness is the invitation, because when you go into that playful energy, that's when you really open up into that field of potential, and you begin to access that life force flow of creativity, where inspiration, synchronicity, opportunity, ideas all start to flow. So how are you inviting playfulness into your life this week? That really is the only question you need to be considering, because it is so important for you at the moment. It seems to me that you have very much been in this place of structure, of work, of seriousness, of feeling this sense of obligation and responsibility, and now your guides are like, please kick that to the side. It's so important that you play at this point, because, as I said, it really is leading into an opening of great creative potential, and the seeds for this are being sown right now. And so you becoming familiar with what feels like play to you is super important right now. So play. What does playfulness feel like to me? That is the only question you need to answer this week, and say yes to every opportunity for frivolousness. Because you becoming more acquainted with light-hearted living is so important for you at this time and really forevermore. This is the shift, and it is going to be breaking ancestral patterns, generational patterns that have taught you that you are not worthy of play. And that is what is going to be changed, not only this week, but through the coming year. So have a fun week. Enjoy yourself. Give yourself permission to explore this invitation. And I will see you again next week. Take care. If you chose number 3, what's coming through very clearly is a new pathway is going to be opening up for you if it hasn't started to already. And this new pathway is going to present you with a lot of new opportunities. yet it is going to feel familiar to you because there is a very big karmic attachment, if you like, or reflection is probably a better word. There's a big karmic reflection around this pathway, which means that in another life experience, you've had a very similar journey, and the pathway that's being presented to you now was part of this other life experience. But this time, it's as if your soul self wants to do it differently. And so, to be honest, knowing all of that is quite immaterial. All it will mean is that it feels weirdly familiar to you. And that there may be a sense of anxiety around it because there's a part of you that knows how important this is and you don't want to get it wrong. And the reason this is coming in for you is to let you know that you're not going to get this wrong. That you chose this lifetime to do this differently. And everything you've been doing in this life experience so far has been preparing you for this pathway. And that the work, the self-work you've done is going to enable you to move down this pathway in a way you were not able to in that past life experience. And so this sense of anxiety or self-doubt that might be very prevalent for you is really an energy that is going to dissipate over time as you observe yourself moving through this pathway with much greater ease than you possibly suspect is possible at this time. So do trust yourself and trust life. Trust the bigger part of you. Always try to step back from the immediate 3D experience that you're having and see life from a multi-dimensional perspective. Recognize that this is one experience amongst a whole infinite library of other life experiences. And that with every life experience, you've gained a dramatic amount of information and self-understanding that you're always being invited to employ in the next experience. And that what is occurring here is part of this much greater cycle that stretches, as I said, across far more life experiences than just this one. And rest easy in the knowledge that you've incarnated into this specific experience largely to bring this pattern into completion, and that this is well and truly on track. You really don't have anything to worry about. And so try to observe any doubt or anxiety around what is opening up for you from a place of great self-assurance, a great sense of even this anxiety is part of this journey. And I accept all of this just as it is. And I trust my soul self knows exactly what is right for me. And I'm going to continue to stay open and trust this pathway because I know it will take me in the right place, into the right situations, with the right people, the right opportunities. And I know that I am here at the perfect time doing the right things. So just keep self-supporting, exercising that sacred masculine, which is all about supporting oneself, catching yourself going into spirals or unhelpful narratives, and bringing you back into a place that feels good and self-supportive. What a beautiful time in your life, in your soul self experience. Take it gently, and as I said, really show up and support yourself. All is well. Much love, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.